welcome back to the OJ Today, everyone. Joining me today for a chat to go over some of the stuff going down in the league right now is the play-by-play man for the Toronto Junior Canadiens, Jaren Kligman. Jaren, how you doing, man?
Very good, Alex. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, so great to have you on, man. First time, actually, that you've been on the OJ Today, so welcome. And great to have you here. Let's start off with a look at your Toronto Junior Canadiens. Great season up to this point. You guys are battling for first place in the South Division. Just talk about the way you feel the boys have played up to this point.
Well, there's no doubt that the Junior Canadiens are where they are due to the fact that they have such good skill and the ability to put the puck in the back of the net. You look at the top line, Tyler Fukakusa, 35 assists on the season. Matthew Wild up there in points. He's got 46 on the year. So that whole top line has done such a good job for the JRC and a huge part of their success. It's a real team effort that we've seen lines 1 through 4. And then on the defensive side, Cooper Bertrand, 8 goals, tied for second amongst defensemen in the league. The shutdown pair of Ben Loretto and Michael Eftimovsky at the top has been absolutely on par for the Canadiens. So that is part of the reason why the Canadiens have been so ironclad tight, both in the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Well, let's stay in the South Division for a second, Jaren. And as mentioned, you guys have been battling it out for first place along with St. Mike's and the North York Rangers. It has been, first of all, hugely entertaining for fans, but unusual to see 3 teams so powerful all battling it out in the same division for supremacy. It's just been a slugfest so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, the Canadiens obviously have the more skillful and offensive-minded teams, whereas the Rangers are a much more defensive-minded team. And then St. Mike's rounds it out. They kind of have a bit of both in the sense that they have a solid defense core and a good top line with Brad Summers and Bryce Sutherland and either Riley Sutherland or Giacomo Martino chipping in with a lot of points. I think the biggest thing that separates the Rangers is just that consistent goaltending. James Gray is unbelievable in the net. The Canadiens obviously dealt with that 2 years ago before the COVID shutdown when Gray almost single-handedly eliminated them just with his unbelievable play and consistency. And then not to mention the Rangers adding Baldessara and Nicholas Cordero from the Mississauga Chargers just gives them that extra offensive push. So in all honesty, it's going to be a battle till the end. I think the team that comes out strong on the defensive end is going to be the one that is the winner of the 3.
Okay, let's switch to the East Division now. And earlier this season, it looked like Trenton was just going to run away with things out east. They built up a big lead, but that gap has now been closed with Haliburton and Wellington hot on their heels. Has Trenton just lost too much of its momentum, or do you feel they'll be able to get it back and hold on to first place down the stretch?
Well, I think there's no doubt that the Golden Hawks have a very talented roster. I think the biggest factor for them is just the amount of games they have to make up. At the end of the day, Trenton has to go through a 7-9 stretch. So the stamina of the goaltending, whether William Nguyen is going to be able to withstand that amount of games that he has to play. The Dukes got off to a slower start. I think it surprised everyone in the league that they weren't as dominant at the beginning of the year, but now they're starting to find that momentum. I think the team, though, to watch, though, is the Haliburton Huskies. They don't let much by them. The defense core is really strong, and the goaltending of Haliburton is incredible. Christian Chichagoy is an incredible goalie. I will think, though, that Trenton ultimately will come out on top of the division. There's going to be a very thin margin for both Wellington and Haliburton trailing.
Well, finally, Jaren, you've followed the league for years now, and in all your years of covering the OJHL, have you ever seen anything like the parody that exists this season in the OJ?
No, earlier on when the divisions were different, there were the battles with Georgetown, Oakville, Rangers, Canadiens, Patriots. They were some good battles with 5 teams, but that was a different system. I think it's incredible, Alex, just to see the amount of competition, all the teams playing well, some of the players who have come out and shown, and it makes it great for the league. It makes it close, and it means that these playoff series, you're not going to have a lot of 4-game sweeps or whatever it will be. There's going to be a lot of hard-fought battles leading up to eventually hoisting the Buckland Cup.
All right, unfortunately, Jaren, that's all the time we've got for this segment now. But thank you so much for taking the time, man. And we will definitely have you on again this season. Take care, buddy.
Thank you so much, Alex. It's a pleasure, and look forward to the next time.